Hi guys, I'm back again, deluded. I'm back. Arsenal versus Chelsea are under 18s. I know I'm late to the party, but we lost 3-1 in the first leg. I believe the second leg at the Emirates is on Monday, and yeah, we might as well speak about it. Now, before I get into it, it's since '09, since I was in school and I used to leave school early and go and watch Jack Wilshere. The last time we actually got to a final. We know for many years our academy has been in disarray. We've had several changes. It now looks like, especially after we saw several prospects depart the club, it now looks like we're on the right track. So to get to a final of the under-18s, to finish second behind this great Chelsea under-18 side at the same level in the league, to under 23s, obviously in the final on Tuesday, I believe, at the Emirates. It's a fantastic achievement. I told you guys before it was going to be a big task trying to beat this Chelsea side. I believe they've been to, between them and City, dominating youth level. They're in the Youth Champions League final the other day and lost to Barcelona, good Barcelona side. So they've got a lot of pedigree. They've been to 7 of the last 7. I heard the commentator say, I don't know if that's true, but 7 of the last 7 FA Youth Cup finals, 5 of the last, winning 5 of the last, and 2 have gone to City. So that shows you their pedigree. Not only that, they've got some experienced boys to call upon. Reece James at youth level, he's won several things. He's been capped with England. Josh McEachran the same. Dijon Sterling came on the pitch at a certain point. So they've got a lot of experience to point to. The likes of Nelson and Ketcher that might be eligible didn't play in this competition, and it is very much made up of our first year scholars, bar the likes of Emile Smith Rowe. So it is a side that, in comparison to Chelsea, is lacking in experience, lacking in mentality, lacking in winning. And it's just, you have to give credit to Chelsea of what they're doing at youth level. I mean, it's a crime how not more kids are going to first team level, with the likes of Hudson-Odoi, who had a great game. The guy is technically amazing. I felt he filtered out towards the end of the second half. And him and Daly Campbell had a good battle, generally speaking, but they've got a good couple players. First 10 highlighted the whole half for me. I mean, I'm surprised Chelsea didn't score more. We had to defend for a large part. I'm impressed with how Amici, Rose Smith and the front line held their space, because they had to be patient. They weren't getting the ball to them. We were camped in our own half. Our fullbacks had to be busy. Chelsea were at it, and if they had their shooting boots on, Charlie Brown should have scored a few more. Charlie Brown should have scored a few more efforts. Charlie Brown should have scored a couple. I forgot what I was going to say there. Charlie, what are you doing to the door? Go on. It's cool. Sorry, people, man. Nephew. But yeah, Charlie Brown should have scored a couple more efforts, in my opinion. He got in a lot of great positions. We were lucky not to concede a few. I did feel we needed to be a bit braver. We looked a bit, I don't want to say lacking in belief in the first 10, but it looked like we were scared of something. As the game went on, we started to get more confident. Rose Smith started to drop deep, he's a lovely player, man. I don't know if he ends up as a 10 wing or a centre midfield, because he shows a bit of everything, man. He was drifting past players. He was coming and collecting the ball deep. He was a willingness to play the ball under pressure. Burton was doing nice little flicks and stuff like that as well. So we were showing up for it. Like I said, Vontae, Taylor Campbell and Thompson, they had to do a lot of work on their side of the flanks. Hudson-Odoi on the right-hand channel, while Chelsea's left, giving him problems, and he's giving it back. On the left-hand side, Tariq of Chelsea was giving us problems with getting in behind him, and Amartey, is it Amartey, I believe? I can't say his name, their fullback, were giving us problems. So yeah, you could see something was happening. We had to ride our luck. Virginia had to make a couple saves and things like that. And they should have went in front a bit more earlier, in my opinion, rather than coming back in the second half like they did. Oli Inca playing on the flanks. He's more of a central midfield player. Didn't have a good game for me, in my opinion. But you could say we sucker punched Chelsea to a degree. It's a lovely counter attack. It's a lovely counter attacking move. Lovely ball from Smith Rowe into Amici. Amici deserves his goal, to be honest with you, because I know we're not having the line. I mean, before I talk about that, it's a lovely dink over the Chelsea keeper, and it's 1-0, and it looks like a smash and grab. Fantastic for the boys. Why I give credit to Amici is because, like I said, we didn't have lion's share of possession. He was coming back, trying to defend, trying to start counters. He's a really good prospect, blistering pace and stuff. And I tell you guys, at this level, when there's several prospects at a club, it's about making a name for yourself, about getting consistency at youth level, about every game proving yourself, and that's how you get a chance. Look at Iwobi. He might not even been the most illustrious young player at Arsenal, but he had a rich run of form. People stood up and listened. Amici's in a lovely bit of form, and no one probably deserved to score that goal as much as him, probably Emile Smith. Got Amici, especially in the whole for under 23s, in the league campaign for the under 18s, he's been quality, but he's saved his best to a degree for the FA Youth Cup and stood up time and time again. Off topic, Reece James, I've spoken about him before. I don't know whether he ends up at fullback or centre half, but that guy has a lovely pass in his locker. A couple lovely clip balls over the top. There was one, he clipped one, then it fell to Josh McCracken, who dinked it. I mean, he laid it on a plate for Charlie Brown. Reality is he should have been scoring. This is why I said Chelsea could have had about 4 in the first half, in my opinion. We could have had a couple when we did go forward. Olayinka deserved to score. I mean, didn't deserve. He each needed to score. Amici deserved an assist for that, in my opinion. So yeah, second half is a tale of two things, man. You could see the same mistakes that the Arsenal men's make. You could see a lot of fatigue settling into our play. You could see Chelsea starting to grow into it. But for me, it remains somewhat. I blame the success of Chelsea and the demise of Arsenal to a degree based on both the tactical changes by the managers. Jody Morris brought on Redan in the second half, and he obviously will allude to his 2 goals later. But we switched to 5 at the back. We took off, I don't want to say our best player, because I felt Amici was quite good, and I felt even though Burton made a mistake in the coming minutes, he was decent. But Emil Rose-Smith looked like the one to make something happen or be involved in it. Hell, he was involved in it. He was taken off for tactical reasons, allegedly. He's come off now. We've switched to 5 at the back. We're sitting way too deep. We're sitting too much. I know we're tiring, but you need to have a go. We're at Chelsea's place. The fans are behind them. Their players are way more experienced than us. And they know, credit to them, it looked like they knew they were going to score. They weren't panicking. They were growing into the game. They were having opportunities. Virginia was pipping over a couple and tipping over posts and that. They were getting close. But there's only so much opportunities you can give this Chelsea side without them scoring. Eventually, they make it 1-1. It's a silly mistake from Burton, who's having a decent, tidy game in midfield, gives it away. They counter-attack us. At one point, it's actually 4 players immediately next to Redan. So to evade movement for all of them, no, I believe that was the second goal. I'll allude to that one. The first one, it was a counter. Burton lost the ball. Then they went and slotted it home. Virginia might have been able to do a bit better, but that's me being wishful. But it could have been avoided. The second goal, I believe, was from a corner. Don't quote me. I believe it was from a corner. We were sleeping. We were absolutely sleeping from a set piece. Fatigue again. One of their boys, centre halves or whatever, slaps it in. It's 2-1 at this moment. So to concede 2 goals within half an hour at this point is a kick in the teeth, because it is a final, even though it's played over 2 legs. The third goal sums up everything as well. If I remember rightly, another silly mistake as fatigue is settling into our play. You can see Zach Medley and Bellard, they've both put in committed performances, putting a number of crunching tackles. They're pulling up, they're holding their cards, they're finished on the pitch. This is where it goes into experience and playing against older boys and things like that. Yeah, we're tiring. I believe the third goal came, Zach Medley, after pulling up for cramp for one of the goals. It's a poor attempt at a clearance. He could do better, but the man's got a cramp. And Redan, there's 4 Arsenal players. He goes through undetected. He gets a second. He actually could have had a hat-trick, but he blazed over the bar early on, late in the dying embers. But apart from that, I mean, credit to Chelsea. They never panicked. They came from behind, and it showed their experience, and it showed why they've been to 7 the last 7, winning the last 5, dominating in the league and doing all these things. I can be proud of my boys. I mean, like I just said, since 2009, we ain't really been doing this, so I can give credit to the boys. I've enjoyed how they're playing. It was always going to be a tough task getting something against this Chelsea side, especially when you do these sort of things. It was always going to be tough. I give credit to the boys, man. They went toe-to-toe. They tried. At the end of the day, it's 3-1, and they'll take a lot to learn from this. The coach really shagged us, because you can't really be going 5 at the back and sitting too much. And that's where it summed up the 2 managers' decisions. We were sitting way too much. We took off our attacking threat. It allowed Chelsea to get further up the pitch. It allowed their fullbacks to not have to think about defending. And yeah, man, it was a decent game. So we might as well just speak about the player ratings. And I don't know if I said it, but John Jules was incorrectly judged for offside for one of them when we were 1-0 up. If he was onside and he slots that, it might be a different game. But that's me cherry picking. So in regards to the player ratings, Virginia, I get 8 from him. I rate him highly. You seen him talking. I believe. Well, I don't know if it was to French media, but French media reported how he's enjoying himself at Arsenal, etc., etc. He looks like he could be a quality keeper, man. His distribution's good as well for that on his left peg. Couple rough patches, but he could be decent. 8 out of 10. I give Medley a 5. I was going to give him a 6, but the 2 goals he could have done a bit better, fitness-wise or not. There was a couple times he showed bravery carrying the ball out of defence, bravery clipping cross-field passes. He made a couple of tackles to save us against his old team as well, and a couple vital blocks. So he gets a 5. Ballard, I've told you guys, this man is a fighter. He remains committed. He keeps going, and he displayed that. A number of interceptions, crunching tackles. Even when you could see he's pulling up with cramp, he's dead. He's still trying, and there wasn't much. I felt sorry for him, because there wasn't much he could do. You could see the fight in him. I got a lot of time for Ballard because of that. Thompson, I give him a 5 at left back. Couple things he did I wasn't happy with, but I like the fact that he was trying, he was fighting. Like I said, him and Vontae Campbell initially they were having to fight. They were in for a busy night, and they kind of held it up. So I'd give him a 5. Daly Campbell, couple is a so-so game, but I think I give him a 6 purely because he kept Hudson-Odoi relatively quiet. I'm not saying completely quiet, because you saw the free kick once when he sat Vontae Campbell on his bum. Hudson-Odoi is a great player. I mean, I've watched him at under 17 World Cup level. He's a good player, and if Chelsea don't find a way of eventually making this guy first team, by the time he's 20, in my opinion, latest, there's something wrong, because I see him being a very good player at 20 years of age. He's serious, man. Trust me, Hudson-Odoi is messed. Trust me. But Campbell held it up, so I give him a 6. Smith, for me, I'm not going to lie. He done enough to get a 5. Let the game pass him by in midfield. I felt Burton was way more involved in stuff. Burton, I think he's going to have a career, probably not at Arsenal, but at some level. Nice, cute little passes, nice, cute little dinks. Ultimately, as well, he could have got a 6 like Medley, but it was silly play from him to lose the ball in the middle of the park, which led to one of our goals. So he gets a 5. Olayinka, I give him a 4, man. I was going to give him a 5, but I know he's a good player. I've seen him play better than this, and he is better. Fair enough, he was on the flanks, but I don't think he had the best of games. There was a chance. Obviously, I'm not going to say if you scored, it could have been different, but you definitely should have took a wild swing at it and it missed. You could have done better than that for sure. So there's that. So I give him a 4 in my opinion. Smith Rowe, I give him a 7. I was going to give him an 8, but that's a bit over the top. You know what? I give him an 8, man. Him and someone else going to get 8. Got the assist. Probably almost attacking. Between him and Amici, looked like the two that was going to make things happen on the pitch for us. Was drawing fouls. Was trying to play under play under pressure and things like that. Quality player, so I give him an 8. Amici gets an 8. He deserved his goal. Like I said, it's a wonderful dink. He tried to mash his work defensively. He held his shape well. And it was a game where we're going against a superior side that was always going to dominate. So we're not going to have the joy of play going forward and attacking and all of them things. But when we did, he looked like someone that was going to make something happen. He probably should have got an assist or at least 2 to accompany his goal. But he's someone I got a lot of time for. Sick player, man. John Jules, I give him a 6. Obviously, it weren't the best of games for him, but his hold-up play was good. He worked. Even when they're 3-1 down, I see him clapping, gassing the teammates, still going and stuff. Elite mentality. So I give him a 6. On the Chelsea flank, I feel all of their players, to be fair, man to a man, were quality, to be honest with you. For me, Hudson-Odoi, little cute touches. Josh McEachran, and probably their right back, probably the pick of the bunch for me, to be honest. That really, really caught my eye. Charlie Brown got in some lovely positions and really should be scoring. There's a lot of strikers and a lot of competition at Chelsea. You got to take them chances when they come. But yeah, credit to Jody Morris and the Chelsea boys for turning it around. Credit to the Arsenal boys. 3-1 to concede 3 goals in half an hour is poor, but this Chelsea side has dismantled a lot of sides and they are superior to us defensively. And you left it all in the ring. There's not much more I can say on that, man. I mean, hopefully we turn it around on Monday or whenever we play in the replay. But that's wishful thinking. This is a great Chelsea side. It's a crime if more of them don't get into the side and full Chelsea side, get some appearances, caps, just be included on the bench, so it gives them a carrot to work with. And away from Chelsea, if some of them don't have careers at decent levels, then something's wrong, guys. But yeah, man, on that note, there's not much more to be said, man. Guys, deluded. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.